How do you know it's recording? Oh, okay, it's recording. Questions and answers. How long did it take you to grow those chops? I think I just started growing this mangled thing about a month ago, so about 4 weeks in, maybe. Then someone asked, do you think if he can, he'll try to kiss you again? Let me see. I doubt it, because I don't even think he knew what he was doing. Liam, give Daddy a kiss. No, he's too busy watching himself. This is Liam, by the way. And that's Mommy. Everyone needs fun video questions. You have to pick one. Make out with an unknown long lost brother or sister, or make out with a man you thought was a woman? Probably a man that I thought was a woman, because I'm not related to them, I hope. Finding a new picture of yourself on the internet, or finding a new picture of your grandma on the internet? It'd be funny if my grandma was found on isanyoneup.com, because that would be pretty hilarious. She doesn't have any tattoos though, so let's see. How long did you do the drugs that you were doing? I started smoking weed when I was probably about 14 or 15. I mean, that wasn't really nothing though. I started getting into crazier things when I was 16, 17, 18. I was on pretty tough stuff probably for the past 7 years, so probably 7 years. Then there's a question in a language I don't know. If anyone would want to translate that for me. I don't know what it says. I think it's in Portuguese. What was the first thought reaction when you met Katrina for the first time? I first met her when she came into the tattoo shop that I was working in. I just saw red hair and glasses, and that's pretty much what I look for in a girl, is red hair and glasses. What's your favorite thing about her? Probably freckles. I'm a huge sucker for freckle faces, so I really enjoy that. What milestone are you most excited for with Liam? I think the biggest thing I'm excited for is him to be able to walk, because I want to be able to take him places and hold his hand and take him to like the zoo and places like that. My favorite tattoo on my body is probably my giraffe. Yeah. Either my giraffe or my dinosaur that you can kind of see. Yeah, those two are probably my favorite ones. Do you guys have a wedding date set? For the longest time it was like 10-10-10 or 11-11-11. 10-10-10 obviously passed. We can still try and shoot for 11-11-11. Hopefully the courts aren't backed up that entire day, and maybe we'll actually be able to do that, and that'd be really cool. How long have you and the missus been together?
2 years.
2 years. 2 years in December, so in about a month it'll be 2 years, or a month and a half. Do you plan on having any more children? That's a tough one. We want one more, hopefully a girl, but we're holding off until I can make more money, and get something better than a one-bedroom apartment. Hopefully buy a condo or something like that that isn't much to manage. How's your tooth? Did you get it fixed? That was like a 2-day toothache. I don't know what happened and why it was hurting. I took a bunch of painkillers for a couple days. Cold water made it feel better and it went away. Please describe your dream wedding for you and Katrina. And okay, well, my dream wedding, not hers, would probably be, during a concert of my favorite band, like in between sets or something like that, like in between an H2O, Rancid, and Newfound Glory concert. just because I think that'd be fun and cool. What is the hardest drug you have done, and how did you become clean and sober? I was addicted to heroin for probably about 4 or 5 years. That was probably the hardest drug to get off of. Cocaine was another one that I was pretty strung up on for a few years, doing daily. I became clean and sober because I hit rock bottom and couldn't afford anything. I didn't have anywhere to live. I lived in a homeless shelter, lived on the streets, couldn't afford drugs. I wasn't going to rob and steal and end up in prison like a lot of people would. So, I mean, that's pretty much how I became, clean and sober, and then with these two is how I stuck with it. What's the most enlightening bonding moment you've had with Liam so far? I think the most enlightening was probably when I babysat him for a couple hours while Mommy went grocery shopping, because I had never been alone with him or any other baby, and I learned a lot about, I always thought I could take care of him, but I learned it was a lot tougher than I thought. I thought babies cried just if they were hungry or if they pooped, or that's about it. Little did I know that he cries if he's tired, he cries if he's hungry, he cries if he peed, or he cries if he pooped, he cries if he can't roll over, if he can't see someone he wants to see. If Elmo isn't on TV, he'll cry a little bit. Yeah, there's a lot of crying, but it's still a lot easier than I thought it'd be. And then in the one video where he kissed my cheek, that was probably the happiest moment with him that I've had. So what else we got here? How did you react when you first found out your girlfriend was pregnant? I was really excited. I think the first 2 days, because I was just starting a new job and just getting a new place and everything like that, it was a little scary, telling everybody. But after the 2-day shock wore off, it was, it was a lot of excitement, and I was happy. I don't know, people always thought that I would have kids early, but I didn't, and it took a long time for me to find someone I wanted to have a kid with. So I'm happy. Okay, the kiss Liam gave you was priceless. Did you learn that, or is it a regular thing? I was setting the cam up for Katrina to do her Q&A, and we were just playing around to make sure it worked, and he just leaned over and kissed me on the cheek. He probably was just trying to suck on my jaw or something like that, but I'm telling everyone that he kissed me, and he did it on purpose. So, last question is, how much does Liam weigh? Is he breastfed? Liam is 3 months old in 2 days. He weighs 17 pounds. He's a Hulk. 26 inches long? 24 inches, 17 pounds. He's a big guy. He's half breastfed and half formula, and that is mostly because Mommy had an infection and she had to go to the hospital for a while, so he learned formula that way, and she's still kind of working with one, so he gets half and half, and we're happy with half and half. We'd be happy if he was all breastfed. We'd be happy if he was all formula fed. He's fed, as you can tell, and that's all that really matters to us. That's it. Thanks for hanging out with us, and Liam will stop the video now.